Hello there, it is Avi from AmCan in Israel, which stands for American Canadian in Israel, since I was born in Canada and raised in the United States of America. And I'm now an Israeli citizen. And today I'm going to discuss the perks of being a new Aliyah, or an Aliyah Chadash, which is a new immigrant to the country. So I'm getting some of this information from a packet produced by Nefesh B'Nefesh, which is the agency that helps people make Aliyah from the United States and Canada. And they implanted themselves in the government of Israel, so it is impossible to make, it's nearly impossible to make Aliyah from the US and Canada without their help. And some people like them, some people don't. I think they have a few beneficial programs, but some people have reasons against it. Like, if you're from anywhere else in the world, they go through another agency called the Jewish Agency, which is actually run by the government of Israel. And I am pretty fond of them, and they're very helpful too. But moving on to the actual benefits. So the first one and the most important one is the haklita, or an absorption basket. And so after you make Aliyah, you go to a bank and you create an account, and you have this slip and you give it to the Misrad, Misrad haklita, basically, and then they will wire you money. So I made Aliyah from within Israel, which is a little subset of Nefesh B'Nefesh. So mine will be slightly different, but for the most part it'll help you. So in total I'm going to receive 18,412 shekel over a year. That's including the first cash bonus, I guess, you get if you're from the airport, or me, I got a separate deposit into my bank account. And as of current, that is about $4,972 in USD, and I will leave the amount of number on the video so you can see. But if you're a family, then you could get more, and it depends on your situation, and if you're an Aliyah Chadash or an Israeli, which is like a citizen. And I'll leave the website in the description that you could calculate how much money you would receive. Okay, for the next benefit is the health coverage. So you get a free year of health coverage, which is a kupat cholim, or health fund. And if you're unemployed, you get a year, which I am since I'm a student. And then but it might be different in your case. And also, if you decide to buy a plus plan, which is like more coverage, then it will charge you some more money. And I chose the kupat cholim of Miuchedet, or one of the 5 that exist, and I'll leave a little graphic on the page so you could see them. And it really depends on the city and what your friend suggests to go to. Okay. Next is the Hebrew Opan. So you get a free, so within the first 18 months after Aliyah, you get this Hebrew Opan benefit, and once you go to an Opan or decide to go, then you get free 5 months Opan, and it's usually 5 days a week and 5 hours a day. And they're available in many different cities, and your the address on your Teudat will tell you the location of your Opan. And if you're a child, then you should get free Opan as part of the school you go to. And next, which is a great benefit, is you get a free first or second degree from university. And the tuition is completely subsidized. You still need to pay for room and board, but it's a very good deal. And there's a upper age limit, which is 27 for a bachelor's degree or 30 for a MA. And then you need to start your studies within 3 years of Aliyah, I believe. But you could, if you go to army, then they'll delay tuition. And I think if you go to high school, then you might have some more time to do it. And then there's a customs benefit, which talks about like when you bring a lift into the country, you don't need to pay taxes on it, but there's certain items that you don't need to pay import fines, but if certain items like alcohol has a high tax markup, then you will have to pay for that. And you get to bring in appliances tax-free for up to 3 years, and you can bring in up to 3 shipments of imported goods. But if you want to do it for business instead of personal use, then there's extra fees, and you should discuss it with the Nefesh B'Nefesh before you do. And then another one is that up to 3 years after Aliyah, you could buy a new car and pay no taxes on it. Usually in Israel, a brand new car will have 100% taxes on it, which raises the cost a lot. But it depends on your financial situation, and many people just buy a used car instead because it's much cheaper. And then there's also the thing, if you got a foreign driver's license, then you could, I don't know all the ins and outs since I didn't have to deal with this, but you could drive in Israel for a year, I believe, without getting any tests, and then after that you don't have to go through the full driver's test in Israel. You just do one lesson and then a written test and a road test, and then you should get an Israeli license. And then if you make money in the States, then you'll have to pay the States taxes and tax on that in Israel. So you get a discounted tax break for income earners abroad. You get this tax break applies for 10 years, and there's a separate one for income earned in Israel. You get a small tax break. And then another great benefit is a rent subsidy. So a single Olah receives 400 new Israeli shekel a month in the years 2nd through 4th from Aliyah, and the 5th year the subsidy is 89 shekel a month, and Olah family receives 800 shekel a month in the 2nd year from Aliyah, 600 shekel a month in the 3rd year, 400 in the 4th year, and 99 shekel a month in the 5th year. And this is, I guess, after you get the big haklita, which is 18,000 shekel, that they figure that if you still need rent money, it'll go to you and it'll directly go to your bank account. So if you switch bank accounts in middle of this time, then you need to notify the government just so you won't lose any benefits. And then there's one that you get a municipal tax reduction, and you get lower mortgage rates. And those are some of the notable benefits of being a new Olah. If you're a new Olah, you'll receive this. It's called a Tudat Olah. It's backwards, but I'll put a picture up on the screen. And it gives you your Maspar Zut and a few more details about you. And you will show this to the institutions to get benefits. And like the Israel Independence Museum in Tel Aviv, I think you get free entry or reduced entry if you show them this. It's always good to keep around, and it's important not to lose. Thank you for watching, and stay tuned for the next video.